situations with people, wherein my job profile has a description only wherein I have to deal with situations and I have to sell things to people only. So I love what I am doing and I want to polish my skills with the management skills also. That's the reason I have applied for this prestigious institute.
Okay. So Ashrit, I'll go back. As I said that I have a quick question before I go to my main question. So my main question is again related to the answer that you gave for your weaknesses. Second weakness you mentioned is that you are an emotional person and you tend to
Yeah.
make your major life choices and your career choices and your education choices have revolved and affected by your emotions. Lastly,
Okay.
you said that your third weakness is your passion. Do you think and would you agree that your career choices, I mean, that you've made in your life and the progress that you could make, uh, uh, you sort of limited and narrowed down your options because you said that because of emotional factors you chose to complete your education in Faridabad. However, you had options from better off places all over the world, and yet you pointed out that your last weakness is that you're passionate. Aren't these two contradicting statements? Despite the fact that you were very passionate, you still did not choose with the best option, with the best education that you could get. Aren't these two contradicting statements or contradicting qualities about you?
It could have been contradicting on my profile, but definitely as I see, I have confidence in myself and I see my strength, which are the two main strengths which I see in myself are perseverance and patience. And the perseverance itself means the determination which I have towards my work goal or the goals I have to achieve. So I am a very calm and composed person wherein I know how to balance out each and everything. That's the reason I balanced out getting the best out of my college, even not even the college, about the whole Delhi NCR region, because we were only 5 candidates selected across the region. And then secondly, I was one of the highest performing student among the North India, and that's the reason I was in top 10 throughout the NCHMCT, which is the council which takes care of all the IHMs across the country.
Okay. But then still, you are ambitious, you are passionate. Would you agree that being an emotional person is going to hamper your growth, your career development, and your overall personality development? Has it ever happened that it has come? Because I can
So
clearly see there is a pattern here.
So see, I see emotion as a strength also, because sometimes if you are involved in such a busy schedule, like see, we all are working professional, we are having stress at the work also. So these small emotions, they play a very crucial role in keeping your mental health good. So I believe I am emotionally very active, and that's the reason I am very calm and composed, because I balance out things very well. And if I see the passion getting hampered because of this, so I have an answer to that. That see, in life everybody needs something in terms of having a relaxation time, so that buffer time plays a very major role in life. So I see, if I'm working hard day and night, I need some time out of that work schedule to get myself calm and peace, so that 30 minutes of your life, if you get something from that emotional part, then it's well and good for your health and even for your career.
Okay. Ashrat, moving on to my next question. Could you point out a few of the challenges that your colleague would face while working with you?
Definitely, I see myself very involved in any of the projects which I get, and that's the reason I told you that perfection is one of my biggest weakness, because I tend to lose a lot of time. And I, as an individual, even if I'm leading a team, I'll make sure that my colleagues leave for the day according to the time, but definitely I cannot leave anything when I am not 100% sure about the same. So this habit of mine can hamper a lot of team or co-workers working with me.
All right. So you mentioned that you're working in the hotel industry. Is there anything particularly that you would want to change in your current organization? Had it been that you were in charge, is there anything at all that you would want to, change or bring a change?
So I see my company, which is the Oberoi. So we have this tagline that is heartfelt. So sometimes I, as an employee, if I see myself as the owner of this company, I see that to carry this tagline, we have to lose a lot of business and revenue. But definitely that's the reason we have the tagline, which is heartfelt. So sometimes I see a customers, I see or I face a lot of customers who are regular at our property, and they know that to just carry this tagline, Obrois will never say no to anything. So I see this attitude of customers I want to change by being a bit rigid toward them, as we have some international brands carrying themselves in such a modest way, wherein we as an Indian company have our own ethics and values. So a bit of modernization needs to be there so that we can be good at revenue as well.
All right, Ashut. So you're working in an industry for which you have relevant educational experience as well. You have applied for higher education in the field of management.
Definitely.
Why is it so that you're looking for a change? You have a good job, you have good education already. Why are you planning for an MBA right now?
Definitely, I see myself as a good growth, but definitely I need to polish a few things in my personality as well, because I see this time as a really good time I can utilize as a person to develop and polish my skills, to be at a position wherein I can make a good changes for my company or for the industry I want to pursue in. And that's the reason I want to pursue MBA, which is not only a course, so it's a life changing course, rather I'll say, wherein it makes a professional individual a more polished personal in terms of managing things, even in the business world or as an individual also. And it can give you
Um,
life changing. Yeah,
okay. Good evening, good afternoon, Ashrut, but depending on the time zone that you're in. Um,
yeah.
um, okay, so I was listening to the beautiful things you've been saying about yourself, and you said that you are a people's person.
Yeah.
Am I right in understanding that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you say that you are a people's person, um, could you give me three social activities or impacts so far in your academic or your professional life or your personal circle, wherein people can say that, I am thankful that a human being by the name of Ashrut is existing on the planet?
So not even three human beings. I'll rather suggest you I have been saving lives at my hotel only. So it's been not more than 11 months, and I have seen a lot of recommendations in terms of guests. And even only in my third month of my working, I got the employee of the month, and I've been
Ashrut, when you
awarded
talk about recommendations from guests, and you said something that is life saving. Okay, so my interest was very piqued when you said that, and
definitely.
I want to understand how is it you're connecting something as shattering as life saving with I don't know, you just said something right now. So how are you connecting these two ideas? There
So
two extremes
I'll
here.
yes. So
Yes,
one
please.
extreme is, so as a hotel, hotel is a second home to a guest, right? We see a lot of situations every day. So sometimes there are happy times for the guest wherein they recognize you, and sometimes there are very difficult time for the guest as well. So I, as an individual, I have been handling the hotel all alone during the night shifts as well, wherein I have seen a lot of heart attacks, a lot of high BP patients, wherein I have, as an individual, I have arranged ambulances and getting their life saved.
So you
N
you
number
speak
of
of these incidents as something that were occurring on a very regular basis. Is that so? Is the
definitely,
Oberoi Amarvilla somehow attracting people prone to heart attacks?
it's not about that, but it's about
Okay.
the right action you take at right point of time. So sometimes being in a tier 2 city, arranging a ECG at 3 in the morning can be a very difficult task. Wherein I, as an individual, when I was handling that situation, I arranged it within 20 minutes and the guest got saved. So that guest, as a hotel person, I cannot disclose the identity, but yes, still he is in my contact and he's always thankful for me. And apart
Okay.
from the happiness part, I can give you a lot of examples you can run in through my profile. And the best part for the recognition is that I as an individual got a best employee of the month within the 3 months of my joining, and I've been queue for the CEO award because of the recommendations I'm getting.
Okay, Ashruth. Another thing. Um, Very honestly, what is it that you're looking out from an MBA? What is it that where is your what is your roadmap? What is it that you wish to achieve?
So as of now in my career, I see that I have learned almost all the things which are required to be in operations, wherein now after management course, this MBA, I want to polish and develop skills in the management field as well, wherein so I can be at a position where I'm handling the show and taking decisions and earning revenue.
And Ashruth, if you give another 3 years to this industry that you're currently in, let me give
Yes.
you a personal assurance as a professional and as an individual that you'll be able to do that without investing a good amount of money.
Definitely, ma'am, but I want to open new horizons in my career, and I want to explore different fields
So, what are
wherein
those
we have a
horizons? I
lot
mean,
of
that is
people in.
exactly what I want to understand. I want to
Yeah.
understand whether we can, even deliver upon your expectations that you have from our program as of now.
So I see, so the different horizons which I want to explore in my career right now are the field of marketing, or maybe handling some projects at a consultant group wherein we can develop some new projects to engage more and more people to earn revenue for XYZ companies. So these are some different horizons which I'm interested in at right now.
And what happens when you're not able to do any of these? What is your backup plan in that case?
So talking about the backup plan, so definitely I will definitely pursue this dream of mine only because I see I have been working in this industry. I see the growth due to this COVID scenario is already very slow. I have seen my seniors who haven't got
Are you
any
telling me that
promotions since two
because
years.
COVID did
So
what COVID did to the hospitality industry, you're kind of abandoning ship? Is that what you're doing, Ashruth?
so it's not about abandoning ship. Rather, I see this as a blessing. So COVID as a individual, if I see, it's a blessing for my career because this gave me an opportunity to see the diversity which I can explore, wherein people are involved and I can utilize my skills of having being a people's person, and I can develop a bit of polished skills by MBA, and then I can be at a very good position by using my skills.
Hmm. Okay. And coming back to the hospitality industry, um,
Yeah.
how do you feel that you're let's just assume that you're a part of a program. Okay, you're going to ISB, you're a part of the cohort and everything else. How do you do you want to get back into hospitality? Would you be wanting to do that? And do you see the scope of that kind of education in the sector?
Which I am working in.
If you're working in the hospitality industry,
Yes,
let us just assume that you're a part of the program now. Okay, you're a
definitely.
part of the PGP program now. Okay,
Definitely.
and what happens is you I mean, you're now in a catch 22 situation. You're trying to understand whether you can get back to hospitality or not. So, if push comes to shove, and if you have to get into hospitality, do you feel that with the kind of qualifications that you will be having after a year from today, you would be a good fit into the hospitality industry?
Definitely, if I see myself, so I I had this lovely interaction with my company's president and CEO, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor, who's a Wharton pass out. So he's already being a person who did his MTech in computer sciences. He joined BCG, then he moved to Northwest Airlines, and then he has joined our group. So last to last month, he was there to celebrate New Year with us, wherein I was taking care of his stay as a front office person. So I was there communicating with him regarding the career journeys. So he only advised me that a person who is very new to a different industry can be very good to compared to the persons who are already in the industry. So if I see, I as an individual want to join some different new industry, and if we come back to hospitality, so I'll rather want to spend a good time in some different industry, learning the different processes and then taking the good amount of knowledge from everywhere. Then I want to pour that knowledge back into hospitality to get some good results.
So you feel that you will be at home when let's talk about prospective employers. Who could be your prospective employers in the hospitality industries after PGP?
So seeing my hospitality career, so I see these, like, if we talk about 5 to 10, like maybe 7 years after, I expect some big international brands like Hyatt and Accor, because they are two individual different international brands who want to join the luxury business in our country, in India, but they don't have the right people who can be utilized to get their business developed in our country. So I'll definitely look up to these brands if they'll happy to choose me to get them developed, like to help them develop their luxury brands in our country.
Hmm. Okay. And somewhere in your profile, I read about something on the lines of working with the placements committee of your undergrad
College.
college. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
could you
yes.
shed some light on that event, please?
So definitely when we, like me and my colleagues, so we were two persons who joined this placement committee. We were all got this opportunity by our honorable principal, who's now the director for the NCHMCT, the main society which takes care of the IHMs. We were the first ones who introduced a lot of FMCG and retail companies into our college. We were the first ones to get the bestseller and the Reliance retail into our college. So these were the two big fish catching companies we got into our campus. But luckily, I as an individual, because Oberoi's, they start their placement program very early because they want to get the cream out of every college. So I as an individual got myself placed back in October 2019 only, wherein my colleagues or these companies started coming in late 2019 to early 2020. But definitely, I see those two big achievements, like getting the Reliance Retail and bestseller into our college, was a big achievement for us.
Hmm. Okay. And Ashrut, if I were to ask you your, just one single trait that would differentiate you from the rest of the people that are coming in, what is that value proposition that you add into a melting pot of cultures that is the ISB classroom?
So for being in an ISB classroom, I see the most important thing one should have is the perseverance, which I see a lot of people lack in, because these days everybody wants to be hardworking, but definitely something needs to be there, which is your internal determination towards your work, and then your smart learning and catching up things very quickly. So I see this would differentiate me from other people, other of the batchmates, because I see my profile as diverse. Even you can judge the same, because I have been dealing with people rather than being in front of the computers.
And you're saying that, I mean, I find it funny you say that, because if you're working as a front office assistant, I am absolutely certain that you spend at least 10 hours of your 14-hour shift in front of a system. Am I
Definitely.
right?
So so see, you coming from hospitality, you know the rule of opera in our lives. So I'll see
Obra
The
still working
only
on
thing,
Opera?
definitely. So today I was
Okay.
splitting a group. So we have this very big fat Indian wedding going into our property, making a lot of hakkas in my life. Even Sagar is aware about the same. So being in front of the opera and doing things smartly, because see, opera has n number of tricks. You should be good at them. Definitely, you'll only take 1.5 hour to do a 102 room property compared to a less skilled person, I'll rather suggest, or a slow learner who will take at least 6 hours to do the same work because of the lack of knowledge. So this is one thing one should be quick at. So quick learning, I see this in this world right now which we are living in, quick learning is a very big skill to have it.
I most certainly agree with you on that. And okay, that is it from my end, Ashwat.
Thank you so much, Ati, for your time.
Thank you.
All right. So I have a few of the questions. So first of all, I have to say that well, you've been answering well, and based upon your answer, there comes a question in my mind, and I'd like to ask that. Don't you think that based upon your past work experience and your current work experience, there is a certain sense of dopamine factor in you, because the kind of experiences that you've shared have given you a false sense of dopamine effect, because you've been involved in certain kind of firefighting roles. So when you say that you've been working in hotel industry and you've been in position, with all due respect to the emotions and to the kind gesture that you've done, again, kudos on saving lives. But apart from that, don't you think that most of the things are at quite a superficial level? If we talk about, managerial roles, you have applied for a management degree, for a PGP program. Here,
Yes.
again, you will be learning the nitty gritties, and furthermore, you will be taking up more senior roles. So right now your work experience is at a place where most of the managerial roles that you've handled is sort of at a superficial level instead of being at a granular level, is what I feel. Do you agree with the fact that the work that you've done is has mostly involved firefighting kind of roles, do you think, as working in this?
So so if I see, so I was talking you about the initial days of my career. So just wanted to keep you informed, ma'am. So I have been kind of what I can say, my position have been escalated. You can say that I have joined a role wherein now I directly report to the HOD of my department rather than reporting to a manager, wherein I single-handedly I'm taking care of all the room sales and reservations in a department which is of more than 20 people, wherein I am the single one taking care of the reservation sales, and I'm directly reporting to the HOD. There's no other involvement of any other manager into my role, and all the decisions which I am taking are directly responsible to the sales of a 102 room luxury hotel in this city of Agra.
Okay, that's wonderful, which means that you're performing really well for the work that you're doing, and you've been getting recognized, and you're getting, I mean, in all sorts of ways, you've been getting recognized. All right. So, my question is, would you want to go back if you sit for the placements after completing your graduation, after completing this program? Would you again want to go back to the same industry, or would you be exploring different fields? And if so,
Definitely.
then which fields?
So as you see my career, so I've did my schooling in sciences, then I was into hospitality. Now I see that I want to polish some good managerial skills, wherein I want to explore some different horizon in my career. And then definitely if I learn something very good, I'll be more than happy to go back to the home ground and initiate those things and take out some good results out of the same.
Well, that is very ironic, because in your essays and in your application, you've mentioned that you would like to switch your field to something, maybe marketing or operations. But then,
Definitely. So I yes.
and right now you're saying that you would like to go back to the same field.
So I'll definitely, I'm not talking about going back within 1 or 2 years of my career span, but definitely when I have been a seasoned corporate personal, wherein I have learned all the skills which one need to be, like one needs to know to run a good like run a company with a good revenue and a good number of people. You need to know how to manage them. Then definitely when I want to settle up ending like my career, I'll definitely join back my home ground and definitely can get something good out of the same, because I know each and nicks and knack of that industry which I had joined in way back earlier in my career. So definitely after a gap of 10 to 12 years spending here and there and learning a lot of new things, setting up good projects, I'll definitely make sure that I do good to my industry wherein I started from.
All right. Okay. All right. Can I understand then what are your exact expectations when you join the program? What are your expectations and what do you expect to learn from this program? If you could help us understand that what exactly you're seeking from this program now.
So I, as an individual, I want to join the Indian School of Business to make myself a perfect fit for the corporate world which I am willing to enter in, and to get a polished personality of mine once I pass out from this reputed institute, so that I am well read and well taught with all the skill set one should have in to be at such a managerial position to run a successful business or a successful company.
All right. So that will be all from my side. I'd like to now, Ashmita, I'd like to invite Ashmita to ask some of the questions.
Hello.
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. Hi, Ashrit. Good evening. How are you?
I'm all good. I hope you're also keeping well.
Yeah, everything's all right. Okay, tell me, why should we or should we not select you? What do you think? Why are you the perfect candidate?
So, being a perfect candidate is not being 100% perfect candidate. It's about the willingness of that candidate to like do excels after having the degree from your reputed institute. So I think perseverance is one of my key strength which I see which is missing out of number of my competitors, I'll rather say, who are sitting for this interviews for your reputed institute. So I think my perseverance and my determination to learn all the skill sets and to get myself the polished individual, I think you should select me.
So do you think it's just perseverance that is going to make you the fit candidate, if not perfect, as you said, or is there anything else that you'd like to say for yourself?
So I see Swami Vivekananda as one of my great motivators. So he once said that patience and perseverance is two things which can give you power in your career. So wherein as an individual, everybody in corporate or maybe any field of sector wants to be number one. So to be number one, one needs to be from one of the best schools or maybe from the best skills. So ISB is the perfect platform wherein I'll get the perfect reputed college name, and then the best skills also I can get be like I can thought of.
What do you say would be more important for you, the pure learning experience at ISB or what you learned from the faculty?
So balance of both is the perfect blend. So working in a hospitality industry, cocktails are the best thing which we pour in for the guest, and cocktail is a mixture of both alcohol and some fresh juices. So I see the perfect blend of a person can be with the peer learning 50% and 50% of the learning by the professors.
All right. What do you think would be your goals, say 7 to 8 years down the lane? Do you think they
So
would,
7 to
yeah, do you think at this moment you're doing what you should be doing to achieve those goals?
so definitely, so the first step towards my self, which I see myself in my late or the early 30s, I have taken the first step, and that's the first step which I took, was giving my exam and then getting a good score, and then filling up all the forms and getting call letters from the reputed institute like ISB, and then working on my personality to be at this to be in this perfect, like the reputed school, so that I can achieve that personal, like the goal of mine which I want to have maybe in my mid 35 or 36. So I have started working on the same, and definitely if I get into your college, like into your reputed college, I'll make sure that the goal has been achieved.
All right, Ashut. I think we're going to wrap it up. I just want to ask you, what do you think are the 3 traits that, ISB would endow you with at the end of the program?
So first of all, being in such a institute, the first thing they'll make sure that I should have, which I lack in, is the statistical approach towards things. Then second is the rational approach, and the third one is a personality. I know that being a people's person can never be a, like, being a people's person, I need to be more composed, but definitely ISB will make sure that I, as an individual, they'll make sure that I have a personality which is perfect to be in a diplomatic situation, so that diplomacy and the two rational and statistical approach, they'll make sure that I have the same in my personality.
All right, fair enough. I think I'll wrap it up here. I'll hand over the interview to Sanjam now.
Thank you, Ashmita. I think we're done with the questions for now. I am opening this round for the feedback, or if Sagar sir has any inputs to share.
ये संजम करना क्या है, ठीक है अशुद्ध, वेल डन। एक बार इसको प्राइवेट कॉल में लो मेरे साथ, और उसके बाद डिस्कशन कर लेंगे। कुछ मेंशन किया है मैंने, और 99% आई एम पॉजिटिव, ठीक है। थैंक यू सो मच अश्मिता फ्रॉम टेकिंग आवर टाइम फ्रॉम लंदन, एंड थैंक यू अति मैम एंड संजय मैडम, थैंक यू सो मच। आप संजय मैडम इनको प्राइवेट लाइन पे ले लीजिए प्लीज, ठीक है।
ठीक है।
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All the best, Ashut.